Hi, this is my presentation of my instructional design plan. The plan focuses on technology in the elementary classroom to support 21st century learning skills. Specifically, we'll be looking at how we can use Chromebooks in a third grade classroom to promote the following 21st century skills: collaboration, communication, problem solving, and critical thinking. This presentation was created using Screencast, and it was created by Danielle Morabito. I hope you enjoy. The performance context is a rural school district in central Pennsylvania, and again, that's a third grade classroom. I'm focusing on Common Core technology standards and 21st century learning skills. The technology standards really go hand in hand with the 21st century learning skills. For example, some of the standards focus on using technology to find information and communicate and exchange ideas. Additionally, students are expected to use web tools for communication and collaboration. They are to work collaboratively online with other students, and they're also expected to follow digital citizenship rules such as acceptable use policies and how to appropriately use the tools that they are given. A little bit more about the students. There's about 20 students in the classroom. 40% of students in the building receive free and reduced lunch. And the class as a whole are above average students. There are a few gifted students, and these students are high achieving on testing, and they have performed above grade level on many benchmark assessments. The instructional goal of this plan is that students will be able to show growth in 21st century learning skills while using the technology device such as the Chromebook. The need for this goal comes from the amount of poverty that is seen in this district. Students living in poverty do not have equal access to technology. However, as a district or as educators, we often expect students to be able to collaborate and problem solve and communicate. However, these students have never been modeled or shown how to do that, and they're not experiencing that at home. So we need to provide opportunities for them to do that, and this unit will help them to learn these skills so that they can be successful, because these are all lifelong skills that they can use later on in life. And the reason I chose this goal was because it enables students to learn the 21st century skills while using the modality of technology, which students will automatically be more engaged and excited for as they get to use the Chromebooks to learn these skills. One of the instructional strategies that I used in my plan was to create a T-chart or anchor chart to be hung in the classroom. And these anchor charts relate to the 21st century learning skills that we are seeking to highlight throughout the unit. So students brainstorm with their peers attributes that relate to a certain skill, and then the teacher can create the anchor chart. There's an example of an anchor chart that was created by my third grade students on the left-hand side. As you can see, we considered what it looks like in the classroom to collaborate well and what it doesn't look like in the classroom to collaborate well. So some of the things they came up with for what it looks like is attending to everyone, using kind words, working together to accomplish a common goal. What it doesn't look like is talking over people or having a negative attitude or complaining. These anchor charts then get hung up in the classroom so students can refer back to them at any point during the unit. Throughout the unit, students are going to be observing each other in their groups and seeing if they are portraying some of the positive attributes of the 21st century learner during their project. And then later on, students are going to use rubrics to score themselves and their classmates on the skills. One of the assessments that I will be giving is at the end of the unit, and it will be a performance assessment. A group will present their project that they created using Google Apps for Education on their Chromebook, and they will present their product to the class, and the teacher will use a rubric to score their product. Additionally, students are going to be given self-reflection forms and peer feedback forms that they will complete also at the conclusion of the unit so that they can see their growth in 21st century learning skills. Here is an example of a reflection form that I have used in the past in my classroom based on collaboration, which is one of the skills we're focusing on. The great thing about these reflection forms that I create is that they can be used for any project, so I can reuse them in the future. And you can create a reflection form that encompasses all of the skills, or as you see, I've just created one that I want to focus on this time, and then maybe for the next project, I'll focus on another skill. In order to determine if my plan was successful, students are going to take two different surveys. The first survey will be a reflection on their growth in technology skills, and the second one is going to be a personal reflection on their growth in 21st century learning skills. Students have taken a pre-assessment before the unit, so I will compare these survey results from the end, from the pre-assessment, to hopefully show growth. Overall, this plan seems very fluid, but it is mostly driven by the students. And that is because I want them to be able to develop those 21st century skills, and I believe a more hands-off teacher acting as guide on the side will enable students to be able to take ownership more. However, if the plan is unsuccessful, then I'll consider how much autonomy I give to students throughout the course of the unit and provide more opportunities for scaffolding and modeling. So what have I learned from carrying out this IB process? This instructional plan really seeks to use technology to help foster 21st century learning skills that students need to help them be 21st century learners. These skills, coupled with the technology skills learned, will really take them into further years of schooling and prepare them for the future beyond schooling. The creation of the plan really allows for in-depth planning and allows for positive results so that students meet these goals. Reflection and revision were two really critical pieces of the plan that I have noticed throughout, and I think developing that as a teacher is really essential to be able to model that to students as well. Here are some of the references that I used to create this presentation and create my instructional design plan. I hope that you've enjoyed learning a little bit more about my plan, and I hope that you can use some aspects of it in your classroom. Thanks for watching.